Hello, everybody. How are you today?
Hello, Miss. Fine, and you?
I am fine, thank you. How many students do I have today? Oh, a few students. Sebastian, that's a nice photograph. Where are you in that picture? In the south of Chile, I think.
Yeah, Parque Conguillío.
Oh, that's so
Nice.
beautiful. Beautiful place.
Thank you, Miss.
Okay, today we are going to start working with something really, really important, essential. So I hope more students enter the class, because today we are going to start working with past tense. Yes, we have been working with present tense, with shopping, you know, and routines, habits, and permanent actions, and also temporary actions. And today we are going to start working with, sorry. And today we're going to start working with past tense. Yes? What happened yesterday, last year, 2 years ago. So this is really, really essential. And we are going to start with, we're going to focus the attention first on the past tense of the verb to be, was and were. When you talk in present, you say, I am Paulina, you are my students, right? But in the past, I say, I was a good student in primary school, and you were in high school 1 year ago, right? So we are going to watch first, you know, a video, and I want you to pay attention to the sentences that we have here with the use of was and were. Yes? Was and were. Attention, please, to these television scenes.
Was a hero.
You ready?
I was born ready.
A 100 years ago, there were 1.5 billion people on Earth.
Exactly. You were a worker, but now you're a war hero.
Oh, right. It was my sister.
But he was young and proud.
Yesterday, love was such an easy game to play.
Ah! I was not asleep.
It was your mistake.
Ben, you were born for this.
I can't believe it.
Oh, Mike.
I was on TV!
It was an accident, a tragic accident.
My baby was born today.
What was his name?
A long time ago, when we first came here, it was so different.
Mary was as popular at university as she was at school.
Your father was a fighter and a patriot.
She was mine, and we were sweethearts.
I was married to a beautiful woman who had family money.
Do you have any idea who's behind this attack?
And yes, I was a little drunk.
Okay, so here we have a lot of examples with was and were, yes? For example, here, 100 years ago, there were 1.5 billion people on Earth, yes? And here we have, you were, it says here, I can see the first part, but it says, love was such an easy way to play, as such an easy game to play. It was, yes? Another example here, what?
Sure.
What did I
Skip
do?
this ad, just like you skipped out on buying Amazon stock and Google and Apple. Lucky for you, there's eToro,
So whenever opportunity knocks, you just log in, pick a stock, set it up.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was showing examples of the past tense of to be. Yes, and I think that I made a mistake.
Sure.
Yeah, here.
Skip this ad. Just like you skipped out on buying Amazon stock and Google and Apple.
Okay, so I was showing you examples with was, right? Love was such an easy game to play. And then we had here another example. Mary was as popular at university as she was at school. And then we have another example from the movie Braveheart. Your father was a fighter and a patriot. Yes. And here we have from Star Wars. Do you have any idea who was behind this attack? So all of these scenes have examples with was and were. I was born ready. Yes, I was born ready. And here we have, you were a worker, but now you are a war hero. So you were a worker. In all of these examples that you saw from these television scenes, we have the past tense of to be, okay? And I'm gonna give you, I'm sorry, I have so much allergy today, but I'm gonna give you in the chat the conjugation of the verb to be. Yes, to be in past tense is was and were. So you say, I was, you were, he was, she was, it was, we were, you were, and I'm sorry, you were, and they were. Yes? So in present, you say I am, you are, he is, she is. But in past tense, you have to say I was. So you want to say yo era or yo estaba, you say I was. I was a good student in high school. Yesterday, I was at home. Yes? So the conjugation changes. I, he, she, it was, and you, we, and they were. We were, you were, they were. I hope that you are taking notes. Yes. So now we are going to go into our handouts, please. We are going to work with handout 12 and handout 13 today. In handout number 12, we have here the past tense expressions. So you say yesterday, yes. Can you please, everybody, repeat after me? Yesterday, last week, last month, months, no months, months, last year, last Tuesday. 2 days ago, repeat after me. 2 days ago, 2 weeks ago, 2 months ago, 2 years ago. And then we have the numbers in past tense, in 1998, in 2000. Camila, please, I want you to read these numbers.
1900, 1901, 2001, 2010, the 1990s or the 80s, the 20th country?
20th.
20th country?
No,
the
century.
Century.
Repeat after me. Repeat after me. 20th. 20th.
20th.
Century. And the
21st century.
Yes, that's right. So the affirmative is I was or we, you, they were. Yes, the negative, you use the contractions weren't and wasn't. Or you can also say was not. Here you have, the contractions. Were not, weren't. And in the question, you have to invert the order. Instead of Richard was, you say was Richard. Yes, or instead of your parents were, you say were your parents. So in the question, you invert the order. Please, Damian, I want you to read these examples.
I was at home last night. He was at home last night. She was at home last night.
Yes. Continue.
El trabajo.
Yes.
Okay. It was cold yesterday. She wasn't at work last Monday.
Uh-huh.
Was Richard at school yesterday? Where was his brother last night? When was she in France? We were colleagues in 1995.
Very good. We were colleagues.
You were colleagues in 1995, and they were colleagues in 1995. There were a lot of people in the park this morning. We weren't at the party last night. Were your parents a student in 1985? Where were they 2 days ago? When were you sick?
Okay, so another thing that we use with was and where is the use of there were or there was. Yes, I am going to write in the chat. In present tense, you say there is. Do you remember when we talk about the neighborhoods? Well, in past tense, you say there was. In present tense, you say there are, and in past tense, you say there were. For example, you can say there was a plebiscitum in Chile yesterday. There were many people voting. There were yesterday. Yes? So you have to use the past tense of there is and there are. So you use there was and there were. Yes? Okay, so tell me please, Jessica, how old are your parents?
Um, my mom is 52, I guess.
Uh-huh.
And my dad, I don't know.
Okay, but were they students in 1985?
Mm, yes.
Yes, I think so, because if your mother is 52, she was born in
Mhm.
1967, more or less.
Yes.
So in 1985, she was a student. And tell me, Jessica, when was the last time you were sick?
A couple days ago.
Really? Why were you sick?
I had an infection in my ear, so I was really
Oh.
bad.
And did you go to the doctor?
Yeah, I went to urgency.
Uh-huh. And are you still in the United States?
Yes.
And you went to an emergency room in what hospital?
Here in Jupiter.
And and how did you pay for that? Because it's expensive.
Yeah, I still don't pay for it, but I don't know, maybe I think it's ay, no sé cómo decirlo, pero creo que llega después como el valor y todo.
But do you have an insurance?
No.
Oh. That's going to be a lot of money. Yeah, you need to have an insurance, health insurance when you travel. It's not so expensive, but you should have it next time, okay?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay, please, we are going to answer, these sentences here. Everybody, please, you can participate. You can unmute yourselves, please. Number one, what is this one? Was or were?
Was
Can you read the complete sentence, please?
was she a student in 1995?
Very good. Number 2.
Where
Number 2, where their address or was? We are talking about one address. One address. So if we talk about one address is it. Yes, it is an address. Yes. So in this case it's was. What was their address? What was it last year, okay? It's one address only. Number 3, please.
Where?
Where were Peter and Jean last week? Yes, very good. Number 4.
Was?
Yes, Camila, was there a party last night? Okay, number 5, please. Everybody, Tomás, Jamil, please. Damián, Fabián, Sebastián. My parents
Where?
were students in the 70s. Okay, number 6.
was
Are you sure it was?
Where? Because they are plural. There are
Yes.
two.
brothers?
Were his brothers at the park yesterday? Yes, they were. Or no, they weren't. So it's were his brothers. Number 7.
Was
Are you sure it was? It's closets.
There were a lot of closets in her first house.
Yes. Yes, there were, because it's a lot of closets, it's plural. Number 8.
When was your father in Thailand?
When was your father in Thailand? Yes. So attention here, you are talking about one address. So you say, what was their address? Yes, and here we are talking about his brothers. So it's they. Were his brothers at the park? Yes, they were, or no, they weren't. Yes. What was their address last year? It was 123 Collins Avenue, etc. Yes, so attention with that, okay? When you have to be very clever to understand if we're talking about one thing or if we're talking about one brother or two brothers or more brothers. Yes. Okay, now we are going to do a role play. Yes. A role play is a conversation that we change with different information. Yes, conversation that we change with different information. For example, it says here, where were you last night? You have to say here, when were you yesterday? When? At about 8 o'clock, at about 7 o'clock. I was at home, it says. I was in the library at the university. Why? Well, there was a great party at the Pike Museum. There was a play at the drama school. Yes, so you change that. And then you use the same. There was, oh, too bad I wasn't there. Too bad I wasn't in the play. Obra de teatro in English is play. Play. Yes, like jugar, play. That's obra de teatro, okay? So first of all, we're going to practice this conversation. Terry is Sebastian and Jamil, you are Ruth. Give me the same conversation you have here, please.
The first one. Yeah.
Yes, the same conversation.
Where were you last night?
When?
At about 8 o'clock.
I was at home. Why?
There was a great party at the Pike Museum.
There was? Too bad I wasn't there.
Excellent. Okay, now give me the same conversation with the play at the drama school. Can you do that?
Yeah.
Who
Where were
starts?
you? I start, I
Okay,
think,
go,
or
go.
where were you yesterday?
When?
At 6 o'clock.
I was at my uncle's home. Why?
There was
Play.
plebiscite, I don't know,
There was a play
a play
at the,
at Smith Stadium.
no, at the drama school.
At the drama school.
There was. Too bad I wasn't there.
Yes, very good. Now, Camila and Jessica, give me the same conversation with the basketball game, please.
¿Quién empieza?
You start.
Okay. Where were you yesterday? I think she's gone.
Ah, Jessica is gone?
Yeah.
Ah, Tomás Guevara then, Camila. And Tomás.
So I start again?
Please, please.
Yeah. Where were you yesterday?
There's nobody today? Yamil?
Me again?
Please, because I don't know where the other students are.
So I start again.
Please.
Where were you yesterday?
When?
At about 5 o'clock.
I was in a birthday. Why?
And there was a game at the Smith Stadium.
There was. Too bad I wasn't there.
Yes, thank you. There was a basketball game at Smith. Camila, no at the Smith. You say at Smith.
Okay.
For example, at National Stadium or at Arena Movistar. At, you don't say the.
Okay.
Damian and Sebastian, give me the same conversation now with a concert at Brown Park.
Okay, I'll go first.
Start?
Yes, go.
Okay. Where were you last night?
When?
At about 5.
I was at home. Why?
There was a great concert at the Brown Park.
There was? Too bad I wasn't there.
Excellent, very good. So these are role plays, you know. Role plays are when you have one conversation and you change, you know, the vocabulary, but it's the same conversation, so it's repetition and it works. It works when you are learning a language. Yes? Okay, so now we are going to watch a video. It's a very clear video in which they explain, yes, how to use the
Nuevo
past
Clorox
tense of to
Anti-Splash.
be.
El cloro que no salpica.
Reinventemos recetas para hacerlas más nutritivas con la
What
nueva
is
harina de avena
this?
Quaker 100% integral que puede ayudar.
Yes.
Okay.
Of B. What?
Okay, what I want you to do is to remember or write, you know, somewhere, some examples that appear here in the video.
Is the past simple? We can say, he is tall about the present. What can we say about his past? He was short. This is called the past simple tense. We use the past simple to talk about the past. He was short is the positive. What is the negative? The negative is he wasn't short. Wasn't is the contraction of was not. Here are some more examples. I was a police officer. I wasn't a police officer. She was beautiful. She wasn't beautiful. It was expensive. It wasn't expensive. We were at home. We weren't at school. They were in Russia. They weren't in Thailand. So the past simple of be has two forms, was and were. Which one is singular and which one is plural? Was is singular and were is plural. But sometimes English doesn't always follow the rules. The pronoun you can be singular or plural, but we use were for both singular you and plural you. You were late to school. You weren't late to school. We can also make questions using the past simple. Why were you late to school? Were you late to school? The short answer for a yes-no question is yes, I was. No, I wasn't. When were they in Russia? Were they in Russia? The short answers are yes, they were. No, they weren't. How much was it? Was it expensive? And what are the short answers? Yes, it was. No, it wasn't. So remember, we use the past simple of be to talk about the past. The negatives are was becomes wasn't, were becomes weren't. Was is singular, were is plural, and for you. The short answers to yes-no questions are yes plus subject plus was or were. No plus subject plus wasn't or weren't. If you've enjoyed it.
Okay, so what sentences do you remember from the video?
It was expensive.
Yes, thank you. It was expensive. The car was expensive. Okay, any other examples from the video?
He was tall.
He was tall,
No.
short.
Short.
He was short. Yes, very good. He was short. Okay, what else?
She was beautiful.
She was beautiful. People change. When you get married, you're beautiful, and then you're ugly. And you get fat. Okay, what else?
I was a police officer.
Yes, very good. I was a police officer. Yes, that's right. Okay, guys, so let's continue with the practice of the verb to be. We have here this exercise that is very simple. We are going to do some exercises only here, and then you are going to do more when you study for, for your test. Okay, here we go with practice. It's really very simple. Okay, before we do that, I would like to know, where were you yesterday at 11 a.m.? Camila, for example, where were you yesterday at 11 a.m.?
Me?
Camila?
I was at the stadium here in Ohio.
At the stadium. And what were you doing in the stadium?
I was voting.
Ah, okay. So, okay, you were at the stadium voting. Okay, at 11 in the morning, very early. Okay, no, Fabian, I think Fabian cannot participate. He has a situation. Okay, Damian, where were you yesterday at 11 in the morning?
I was here in my house.
Okay, very good. And Damian, were you a good student in elementary school? Were you a good student? I wrote it in the chat, Damian.
Yes, I was a good student.
Good. And Sebastián Victoria, were you a good student in elementary school?
Yeah, I was a good student in elementary school.
Very good. Okay, let's see now the exercises that we have here. So we have here, I was at home, she was very hungry, we were happy, yes? So we have here, everybody open please your microphones, and I want to listen to your answers, please. Everybody open your microphones. Let's do this fast, okay? Remember, I was, he, she, it was. We were, they were, you were. So what do you have? She
Was.
She was sad. They
Where?
in the disco. It
Was.
It was cold. Sally
Was.
Yes. Tom and Bill
Where.
were good best friends. We
Where?
at the zoo yesterday. You
Where.
You were late for school. Very good. So you can continue doing the rest, okay? Now, number one, it was cloudy yesterday morning. Yes, it was cloudy in Santiago yesterday morning. We were lucky. We won the first prize. Yes, we were lucky. Jason, tell me please, everybody, open your microphones. Jason
Was
a great swimmer. She
Was the prettiest girl in our school.
Yes, very good. I
was
was sad. We
were
excited about going to America. We were excited. And the dogs
were
were in the park. Yes. Okay, so you get that. Now we have here, there was or there were. And as I said before, sometimes you forget, that you can use this also in past tense. So for example, you say, there was a bank near my house. There were 2 kittens in the basket, 2 little cats. Meow, meow. Kittens are like puppies for cats. Yes, so you have here, there were many bottles of milk in the fridge. What is the next one, please, everybody?
there was
Yes, next.
there was
There was a lot of noise. Noise is non-countable. So you say singular, there was. And children?
There were.
There were children. And a shop, a store between the bank and the supermarket? There?
Was?
Yes.
Maybe?
Very good. Yes, very good. Some pencils on the desk. There was or there were?
There were.
There were, because it's plural. And here, singular or plural?
Was?
There was an old man in the street. And finally,
Was.
yes, there was. Can you read this sentence, Damian? There was.
There was a huge crocodile in the river.
In the river.
In the river.
Repeat after me. Huge.
Huge.
Crocodile.
Crocodile.
Yes, in the river. Yes.
In the river.
Okay, now we have here this picture. This is London, called Piccadilly Circus, and this picture is from 1896. So you have to look at the photo and tell me what was here. For example, you have buildings, there were horses. There was a roundabout and a fountain. There was a flag here in 1896. And we are going to say if there was or there were. In your opinion, hundreds of people. There was, there wasn't, there were, or there weren't?
There were.
There weren't.
Positive or negative? Hundreds of people.
Negative.
Negative.
Okay. A double-decker is the red bus that appears in Harry Potter movies. And it's the typical double-decker red bus that goes everywhere in England. Was there a double-decker bus in 1896?
There wasn't.
Excellent. Many horse-drawn carriages. Repeat after me. Horse-drawn. Repeat. Horse-drawn.
Horse-drawn.
Carriages.
Carriages.
Carriages. There were or there weren't?
There were.
Yes, there were many. Yes, many horse-drawn carriages. Zebra crossings. Any zebra crossings for pedestrians here?
There weren't.
There weren't is negative. And some old buildings.
There were.
There were, yes. Traffic lights. Any traffic lights?
There weren't.
A flag on top of the building. A flag.
There was.
Yes, there was a flag. Excellent. A lot of traffic, in your opinion. This is singular because it's non-countable. So it's only there was or there wasn't. What is your answer?
There wasn't.
Okay, okay. A roundabout.
There was.
There was. And a great number of tourists. Was it possible to travel a lot in 1896? Did we have planes to travel or trains in 1896 to have many tourists in London? No. So there
weren't.
A great number is singular. So there wasn't. There wasn't a great number of tourists. Yes. Okay, very good. Now you're going to work in two groups and you are going to do this exercise that you are going to check together, okay? In this exercise that I am going to copy in the chat, I'm going to copy this in the chat. You are going to do this exercise and you are going to check it together with your classmate. Yes? So I am going to copy this in the chat for everybody. And I am going to make 2 groups only. Only 2 groups, yes. And I want you to do this exercise together and to check the exercise in the same page. This is present or past. You have to be alert, okay? Please join the groups. Camila, Yamil, Seba, Damián, join the groups, please. Tomás, Yamil, you have a question?
Sí, profe, que no habilitó compartir.
No, but I sent you the link in the chat.
Oh, pero uno comparte del grupo siempre.
La pantalla.
Sí.
Ah, and where can I do that?
Donde dice compartir pantalla hay como un triangulito, hay como una cosita. Ahí lo aprieta y le sale como habilitar o algo así.
Varias pantallas, una cosa
Yeah,
así.
okay, yes, I did that. Can you do that now?
Sí, Miss Daisy.
Yeah, okay, thank you. I don't know how to leave you guys.
¿Es ese o no, profe?
Yes, that's the exercise, yes. Okay, let me leave you. Are you okay? Are you okay here?
Yes, we
Yes.
we just finished the fan.
Because the other group just began. They wanted to share the screen all together and I shared the screen with them and they just began. So give me a few more minutes to close the breakout rooms, okay?
Okay, don't worry.
Did you check the exercise together?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. So what you can do in the meantime, let me okay, let me see what we can do in the meantime for you. Is Tomas here, Guevara?
Yes, but I think
He has a problem with the microphone, he said.
Yes.
I don't have a microphone. Okay, but Tomas is here, yes. Okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
Yes.
Now, here you have a picture of Plaza de Armas from Santiago in 1870. Yes? So what I want you to do is to write 5 sentences telling me what was there. You can say there was, there were, or you can also say the city was or the city wasn't, using was and were, please. I am going to share this link, okay?
Okay.
In the chat for you. Can you see the link in the chat with the photograph?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Perfect. So you can write 5 sentences about Santiago in the past. How was Santiago in the past? Please.
Profe, creo que es el mismo link de antes.
Ah, no, then it's another link. Okay, let me change the link. I am so stupid. I don't know what am I doing here. Why it doesn't work? That's the first. Oh no, my gosh. Okay. No, it's the same link. You're right. I don't know why I erased it. Let me find the picture again, okay? Because I had that picture and now I lost it. I think this one is the picture. Yes. Okay. So now I can share the link. And I am going to close the groups. Yeah, there you go.
Okay, thanks.
Huh?
Okay, thanks, miss.
Thanks.
Yeah, okay, there you go. There you go. Yes. Yeah. Okay, so now I have to leave here. You can start working. I am trying to leave you.
Yeah.
I don't know how to leave the breakout room. Stop, disable, leave breakout room. Okay.
And we finish, Miss. You are muted, Miss.
Okay, I know that you finished. I am going to give you, a picture. Why is Sebastián Victoria here? Acá to everyone. Everyone, okay. Look at this picture. It's in the chat. And I want you to write about Santiago. Yes? I want you to tell me about Santiago in 1870. Yes, this is Plaza de Armas from Santiago, and you have to tell me there was, there were, or Santiago was, or Santiago wasn't, or there weren't any, yes? So I'm gonna give you some more minutes to see this picture and to say sentences about Santiago in the year 1870, okay?
Okay.
Thank you.